First, enable your video. Enable your video first. Enable your video first, all of you. All of you. Yeah, all of you enable your video. Yeah. All of you. Farish, good morning. Farish.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. So all are present. How many students have come so far?
Sir, 38. 38, sir.
Okay, fine. 100 students are there in class 9. Only 38. That means only 35%.
Sir, now 41.
Remaining, I think they are working in the field. Sri.
Sir, now 41.
Fine. Okay, fine. Let them count. Don't count. Don't count the chickens before they are hatched. Let them come and join. Then we will count at the end. Fine. All of you present. Just you turn on video. So I hope that all of you have received the PDF what Preeti ma'am has shared to MS team, and some boys have shared to the class group files. So did you receive and have you opened that? So all the supplementary lessons are there in that PDF. So just to keep it as safe, or if you are having any printing mission, just to take printout and keep it, just to make it as a file. Because if you are not having textbook in your hand, you can take printout and make it a file and keep it with you as a textbook. When we are saying, yes, then you can follow it. Okay, fine. So today, yeah, fine. Today we are going a new lesson, that is supplementary 1. The first lesson that we are going to see is going to start in this class. So before we are going to the textbook, let us see what is the name of the chapter, who is the author of the lesson, where is he born, who is he, our lesson is all about. This is what just we are going to see for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. We will see this. Then we will be moving on to the textbook. Is it okay? Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
Is it okay? All of you turn
Okay, sir.
one more thing, that if you are having textbook, okay, if you are having textbook, please take pencil and you can note down the difficult words what I share to you, or if I say any important or key points regarding on this lesson, just you can underline it and you can follow it. Better you can take pencil if you are having textbook in your hand. If you are not having textbook, no issue. Whatever I say, just you can write down in your English homework book. Just you can write the name of, below that you can write that what are the things that we see in the lesson if you are not having text. But if you are having textbook, you can directly, you can copy or you can write down in the textbook. Is it clear? Is it clear? Yes or no?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Fine, come to the class. So today we are to see the first one, the lost child. This lost child is a lesson which is written by Mulkraj Anand. Who is the author?
Is not here, sir.
Mulkraj Anand is the,
Your voice
that is, you might. Am I audible to you others?
No, sir.
Somewhat breaking,
Am I audible to you?
Breaking, sir. Voice is breaking. Sir, you are mute.
Am I audible to you now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. If you are not hearing my voice, that's not my fault. I'm having good network here. That is your fault. You may not have good network. That is what the meaning. Fine. The last child is a lesson which is written by Mulkraj Anand. So he was born in December, in the month of December 1905. 1905. 1905 in Peshawar. Peshawar is the place which is located in Pakistan. So he was born in 1905 in Peshawar, Pakistan, and died in 28th September 2004. That means he is the author who was living in the 20th century. Was living in the 20th century. He died in 2004 in Pune. Pune, you know well, it is located in India, not in Pakistan. So he was awarded for his literary work. So for his contribution towards English literature, he was awarded Sahitya Academy Award for English writer. So as English writer, he received Sahitya Academic Award, and also he was given the award Padma Bhushan. The highest award has been given to this writer Mukraj Anand. So Padma Bhushan, Sahitya Academic Award has been given to this author Mukraj Anand. Then just you look at this name, The Lost Child. Once you get the name, The Lost Child, what would you think? What you can think now? The lost child, something missing, someone is missing, the child is missing. Am I right?
Yes,
Sir, no?
sir.
The child is missing. Yeah, yes, the child is missing. We do not know how he missed, whether he is missed in the train or in the railway station, or he missed in the any festival, or he missed in the bus, that we do not know. Wait, Samuel, don't speak in between. Okay, the child is missing. You might be missed in the railway station or airport, or might be in bus, or might be in any festival, like we celebrate many festivals, right? Yeah, in that festivals he might be missed. So how he misses, or sorry, how he is missed, whom he has gone, where he has gone, what was the festival that he had attended, what is the reason of missing? That is what we are going to see in this lesson. So probably the lost child, the child name indicates that the lost child means definitely you cannot be missed anywhere, because you are grown, you are in adult age, you are 14 plus, then definitely you will know where is your house. Even though if you attended any function or any festival, or if you are missing in the railway station, you could go and reach your home somehow, because you know you are well matured, so you can go home. But the lost child, that might be innocent child, maybe immature, maybe 6 years or 7 years or 5 years old. Okay, this story, that is the lost child, sets in the spring season. The story has been started or has been set out in the spring season. What do you mean the word spring? Spring season. Spring season in now.
The leaves are shedding.
Very good.
The
Leaves are
Yes.
the cold season has been ended. That might be the December. So the cold season has been ended and the spring season has been started. During that time, the story, The Lost Child, has been set. And the story is all about a small innocent child. The story is all about an innocent child who gets lost in the fair. Actually, in the spring season, all the people have been gathered in one village. In that village, all the things were kept. All the fascinated things were kept. The child was going along with his parent. He had gone with his parents, but he loses them when he gets engrossed in looking at round boat and swing. When he's looking at the round board, it's a round board means what do you mean?
Can you say again, sir?
Yeah, he missed by looking at the round boat swing. What do you mean that round boat swing? I think you will know.
It's
It will roll up high.
Yeah, roll up. Yeah,
Playing.
a round.
Sir, it is in park, sir.
Yeah. ஓகே, அது வந்து ஒரு கேம் மாதிரி செட் அவுட் பண்ணியிருக்கோம் குழந்தைங்களுக்கு. அதுல பார்த்துக்கிட்டு வந்து குழந்தை மிஸ் ஆயிருச்சு அப்படின்றது that is what. Okay, this lesson, this story actually highlights the bond of love and affection that the child shares with his parent. Why? Because we can say that the bond of love, how the bond of love is revealed in the story, in the sense, this child, once he was going or taken to the fair, he was coming across many things like balloons, like mustard fields, like burfis, like some other sweets, everything he comes across and he was fascinated. What do you mean, fascinated? What do you
Sir,
mean?
he got happy.
He got happy, he was excited, he was attract, fascinated, exact sense we can use attracted. So he was attracted to see those things. As a child, innocent child, definitely if the child is going along with the parents, just you take any, just you can take the child to somewhere, maybe mall. Definitely the child, maybe 6 years or 5 years old child, if you are taking to the mall or any, what is that, more, where the things, shopping mall we say,
Public
right?
place class.
Shopping mall. If the child sees a bike or cars, playing items, just a minute. Someone is waiting, huh? No, right? No. So if the child is taking to such a level, where actually? The child will be demanding one by one. He was subtracted. He may ask his parent that I need that car, I need that bike, or I need that sweets, or I need that juice, etc. Will be asking the same way. The child here also is not like here also the same. He feels he wants to have those things, whatever he sees in the village. But the parents, they won't allow this child. They won't give or provide those things to the child. Just instead, they will be giving commands to the child. Come, child, come, child. Just the child is walking in between the legs of the parent. Central அப்படியே நடந்து போயிட்டு இருக்குது. Then after that, the child எதை கேட்டாலுமே என்ன சொல்றாங்க பேரண்ட்னா வேண்டாம் 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 அப்படின்னு just they will be keep on telling to this child. அப்புறமா கடைசியில் இந்த குழந்தை மிஸ் ஆகுது. After that, what happens? This child was picked by a strange or unknown man in the crowd. ஒரு புது ஆளிவர் இந்த குழந்தையை பிக் பண்ணுறது. அந்த குழந்தை this child will be crying more and more. He couldn't control the loss of his parent. So the new man will be taking, and he is telling to the child, what do you want, what do you want? The child will say, I want parent, I want my parents, I want my parents. But whatever the things that he demanded from his parent, everything that strange man will say, you take this burfi, you take this sweet, you take those, that, this, he will say, but the child will not be asking those things. Instead he will be, the child will be asking only parent, etc. Parent, etc. Why? Because now the child is only in need of his parent. He doesn't want any more. He doesn't want anything more anymore. So this is what the lesson is all about, and we will see that how the child is missing, or what the things that he had fascinated, how he goes, why he goes, those things that we are going to see in this class. So we did not start the lesson now. Just we were talking about the lesson, the last child na yaru, இது எதை பத்தி எதுக்காக இந்த சைல்டு தொலைஞ்சு போகுது, அப்புறம் அந்த ஒரு ஒரு புதிய ஆளு, ஒரு என்ன சொல்றது, ஒரு
அடையாளம் தெரியாத ஆள் சார்.
அடையாளம் தெரியாத ஆளுன்ற ஒரு புது ஆளுண்டு நான் சொன்னதே கரெக்டா இருந்துச்சு. ஒரு அடையாளம் தெரியாத ஆளை வந்து அவன் தூக்கிட்டு போறாங்க. அப்ப அந்த குழந்தை கொடுக்குறாங்க. அந்த குழந்தை வந்து அந்த திங்ஸ் எல்லாம் வாங்குறதுக்கு ரெடியா இருக்குதா, இல்ல வேற எனக்கு என்ன வேணும்னு கேட்கல, என்ன கேக்குது. That man actually, the stranger, couldn't convince the child. He tried his level best to convince the child, but he was failed to do so. Okay, now we will பூஜை யாழினி எங்கம்மா இருமா, நானும் பார்த்துட்டு தாங்க, எங்கம்மா லோபி இருக்கிறீங்க? Just a minute. Settings. Just a minute. Organizer. Just a minute. Yes, பூஜை யாழினி, admit. Yeah. So that is what we are going to see in this lesson. Actually, I also did not bring the textbook. I forgot. I kept it in my home. I will share the screen and we will follow up. Just you also follow the lesson. I will share the screen. Already I have shared everything. The supplementary I shared. Okay, 10 lessons I have shared to you.
Yes, sir.
So whenever you are free, you can go through it. After the tomorrow or day after tomorrow, if I continue the same lesson, you should not ask, sir, where is PDF? You should not ask. Once I shared means you have to keep it safe. That is the
You can share in
Sir, ma'am posted that PDF in group.
that is what yeah, that's what I told you. You have to keep it as safe, or if you're intelligent, just you take a printout
Yes,
if you
sir.
do not have textbook and make a file and keep it with you. That is a textbook. Fine,
Yes,
I will
sir.
share the screen. Shall I share the screen? Shall we go to the lesson now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Anybody has lost like this here? Gadin, have you gone along with your parents for any feast or any festival or any program? Did you, I mean, were you missed?
No, sir.
No, sir.
You are safe. Fine. Okay. Shall I share the screen? Wait. Share the screen. Yeah.
Yes, sir. It's sharing.
ஒரு 2 minutes ஆகும் வெயிட் பண்ணுங்க ஓப்பன் ஆக
Okay, sir. Okay,
Sir, open drive, please, sir. It will
Okay, sir.
fine
sir, in drive PDF
Okay,
it will open
sir.
soon, sir.
now nothing it will be opening wait we have to wait for something if you want to get right
Yes, sir.
yes sir it's fine okay I got it now see I waited now I got
Sir, but not clear, sir.
But
it
not
is clear
sir.
Sir, it is clear only, sir.
if you are
Clear, sir.
clear only, sir.
if you are unable to see in the sense you have to meet or consult a doctor you might be having eye problem fine start the shall we start
Yes, sir.
yeah
Yes,
the
sir.
last the lost child Multraj Anand. A child goes to a fair with his parents. He is happy and excited and wants the sweets and toys displayed there, but his parents don't buy them for him. Why then does he refuse when someone else offers them to him? Now, first this paragraph. It was the festival of spring. From the wintry shades of narrow lands and alleys emerged a gaily clad humanity. Some walked, some rode horse, others sat, being carried in bamboo and bullock carts. One little boy ran between his father's legs, brimming over with wife and laughter. Come, child, come, called his parent, as he lagged behind, fascinated by the toys in the shops that lined the way. He hurried towards his parents, his feet obedient to their call, his eyes still lingering on the receding toys. As he came to where they had stopped to wait for him, he could not suppress the desire of his heart, even though he well knew the world. Cold stare of refusal in their eyes. I want the toy, he pleaded. His father looked at him, red eyed in his familiar tyrant's way. His mother, melted by the free spirit of the days, was tender and giving him her finger to hold, said, Look, child, what is before you? It was a flowering mustard field, pale like melting gold, as it swept across miles and miles of even land. A group of dragonflies were bustling about on their gaudy purple wings, intercepting the light's flight of a lone black bee or butterfly in search of sweetness from the flowers. The child followed them in the air with his gaze till one of them would still its wings and rest. He would try to catch it, but it wouldn't go fluttering, flapping up into the air. When he had almost caught it in his hand, then his mother gave a cautionary call, Come, child, come to the footpath. He ran towards his parents gaily and walked abreast of them for a while, being, however, soon left behind, attracted by the little insects and worms along the footpath that were teeming out from their hiding places to enjoy the sunshine. Come, child, his parents called from the shade of a grove where they had seated themselves on the edge of a well. He ran towards them. A shower of young flowers fell upon the child as he entered the grove, and forgetting his parent, he began to gather the raining petals in his hands. But lo, he heard the cooing of doves and ran towards his parent, shouting, the dove, the raining petals dropped from his forgotten hands. Come, child, come, they called to the child, who had now gone running in wild capers round the banyan tree, and gathering him up, they took a narrow, winding footpath which led to the fair through the mustard fields. Any one of you can start to read?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Who will read?
Yes,
What
sir.
the names
Yes,
in the
sir.
life?
Guys, I will call out the names. You don't read. Augustine is there.
Sir,
Augustine,
All girls.
sir, I'm in, sir.
can you read that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, read it first. Read.
Sir, from first, sir.
Yeah.
It was the festival of spring. From the wintry shades of narrow lanes and alleys emerged a gaily clad humanity. Some walked, some rode on horse. Others sat, being carried in bamboo and bullock carts. One little boy ran between his father's legs, brimming over with life and laughter. Come, child, come, called his parents as he lagged behind, fascinated by the toys in the shops that lined the way. He hurried towards his parents, his feet obedient to their call, his eyes still li- lingering on the receding toys. As he came to where they had stopped to wait for him, he could not suppress the desire on his heart, even though he well knew the old cold stare of refusal in
Read
their
properly,
eyes.
man. Read clearly.
I want that he pleaded. His father looked at him red-eyed. In his familiar tyrant's away. His mother, melted by the free spirit of the day, was
Which paragraph
tender.
you are reading? Fine, enough. Enough. Augustine, stop. Augustine, stop.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Ashok is there. Ashok K, class A. Ashok K. Read the page number second. That is, I want the toy. I want the toy. He pleaded. There onwards you read.
I want that toy. He said it. His father looked at him red-eyed. In his family tyrant way, his
Not in
mother
his familiar.
melted by the
It is familiar.
his familiar tyrant way. His mother melted by the free sprite of the day was tender and giving him her finger to hold, said, "Look, child, what is before you?" It was a flowering mustard field,
Field.
felt like
Field.
feel like melting feel like melting gold as it swept across miles and miles of even land.
That's
A
good
group
enough.
of dragons.
Enough. There is a full stop. You have to stop there. Fine. Harish Odi. Harish Odi is there. Akilan is there. Akilan.
Yes, sir.
Yes, read Akilan.
A group of dragonflies were bustling about on their gaudy purple wings, intercepting the flight of a lone black bee or butterfly in search of sweetness from the flowers. The child followed them in the air with his gaze. till one of them would still its wings and rest, and he would try to catch it, but it would go flapping up into the air. When he had almost caught it in his hands, then his mother gave a cautionary call. Come, child, come on to the footpath. He
Good,
ran to.
enough, very good, enough.
Salary
Girls,
sir, Divish.
Divya, name?
Sir, salary sir, Divish.
Divish, yes. Divish K, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
He ran towards his parents.
He run or he ran?
Sir, ran.
Hmm. Start. Divish,
Sir,
read,
the
man.
screen stuck for me.
Read. Read fast.
Sir, shall I read, sir?
Who is that?
Sir, Ashwin Balaji.
Yes, Ashwin Balaji, come on. Okay, Divish, you can read tomorrow. Yes.
He ran towards his parents slyly and walked abreast of
Not
them
walked,
for a
walked.
while. Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Abreast of them for a while, and being, however, soon left behind, attracted by the little insects and worms along the footpath that were streaming out from their hiding places to enjoy the sunshine. Come, child, come, his parents called from the shade of the grove where they had seated themselves on the edge of the well. He ran towards them. A
Okay,
shower
fine.
of
Enough.
yes,
Good,
sir.
good. Yeah, come to the
Sir,
class now. Yes, we will read.
Sir,
Yes,
sir.
yes, Pa, we will start. We will continue tomorrow. Just we will go to the lesson and I'll give you time to read. Don't worry. Okay, fine. See that the lost child. The child goes to a fair with his parents. Is very happy. That is, the child was very glad, and he was excited, and he wants the sweets and toys displayed there. So the child was taken. The child was taken to the fair. Actually, he was gone along with his parent, and he was attracted. Just he was excited, and he was in need of sweets and toys, which was displayed in the fair. But his parent don't buy them for him. But the parent, they did not buy and give to this child. Why then does he refuse when someone else offers them to him? Actually, the child is demanded everything, but someone who is ready to offer those things which he was refused by his parent, whether the child is going to accept or not. Now you see that I told you that just you can look at the picture. So it's a fair. It was held in spring season, and the parent mother is holding the child in her hand. See that balloons are kept over there. Some shops are there. Some boards are there. Some items are kept in the place. Actually, by looking at them, we can assume that they are not definitely belonging to city because the way they use, it shows that definitely it might be a countryside, it might be a village. Okay, so it was a festival of spring from the wintry shades of narrow lands and held emerged as a gaily glad humanity. This lesson actually it was set out in the season of spring. Before that, it was cold season, that is wintry. Wintry means winter season. That cold season was ended and it was emerged. Just it came to the clad humanity. So the human beings became very happy, and also come to uh, they have come to the spring season. In that season, all the people have gathered in one place. Hey, who is that?
Sir, Dinesh K.
So the spring season has gone. sorry, the cold season has gone and the spring season has been emerged. There in that place, all the people have gathered in a village. In that village, actually, some people were walking, some were rode on horses. Some people are kudari otikkiradu. Some people were riding their horses, and others were settling down. Just they were sitting, being carried in bamboo and bullock carts. And some people are going, coming by bamboos, and some they are carrying the bamboo sticks, and then some people are coming by bullock carts. Bullock carts means what?
Go with the help of cows.
Yeah,
Cows.
yeah, fine.
What?
And one little boy,
Not to
in that area, in that place, one little child just he was running between his father's legs and brimming over with life laughter, brimming over, to be full of something, that the child was filled with full of happy, we can say that laughter, he was happy, brimming over, that means to be full of something, full of something. The child hearts a heart, he is filled with the full of zeal or full of love. He became so happy to see those things, because the child is innocent, maybe 5 years 6 years old, and in that place what other things are kept, it was fascinated. It was, it is uh, a thing with the which the children like more. Even the child is not exceptional one in here. The child also, by looking at those things, he was very happy, but he was going along with his parents, and he was walking in between the legs of his father, and he was seeing all those things. After that, the parents, once they see the child was saying that side continuously, and the parents are giving call or caution to the child. Come child, called his parent, just they call them parent, as he lagged behind. Once he was looking at the things backside, actually was coming following by his parent. So once he was 2 or 3 steps back, again the parents will turn back side and they will call the child, come child, come child. Lagged behind means was left behind. Lagged means was lagged behind, in the sense was left behind. Once the child was left behind, the parents used to give the calls to the child, come, come, and fascinated by the toys in the shops that line the way. And also the child was very much attracted towards the toys shops which was kept in the fair. Yes,
Yes, sir.
yaar ade. Common sense, yeah, idiot. Vikas.
Sir, Vikas is sir.
Sir, Vikas RS.
I'll remove, wait. I removed that fellow. Okay, so the child just he was left behind. At the time, the parents used to give the call to the child, and then again, just he was the child was attracted by all the things which were bullock carts. Some people were riding horses. These all the things, and after that, he was by looking at them, the child was a little bit back of the parent. By looking at the parents of the child, they were giving call to the child because he was left behind. And again, the child was fascinated, he was attracted by the toys which were kept in the fair, that were lined in the that were lined the way whence they were walking. Yeah, once they were walking. So just a minute. Just a minute, it is gone. Yeah. So the child second time, by first he was looked at the horse riding and bullock carts, etc. And second, he was fascinated by the toys which were arranged in a beautiful manner in the wayside, that is in the fair. And after that, he was hurrying towards his parent, because the parent have given the call to the child, come child, come child. Again, the child was very obedient. Once the parents were giving call to the child, his legs were automatically giving obedience to the call. That means what? The child was come, even we also sometimes, you might be that this is not a new lesson, okay, this is not a new thing for us. Even sometimes we take our brothers and sisters to any feast or festival, there we will find that the child, almost the children, the innocent children will like those things, and sometimes they will be looking at that one, and sometimes they may demand. Sometimes parents, what they say, in order to avoid, in order to break out those things, or break out this concentration, they will say that, yes, come child, ella paakadha anga nalla irukum unga nalla irukum appadina, just they will be taking. Am I audible to you? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Are you
sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yeah. So yeah, yes, you
Yes,
was,
sir.
yeah, yeah, you hurried. Yes.
Sir, Kavinaya, sir. Sir, Kavinaya.
Kavinaya, are you mad? Okay. So second time, just he was attracted by the toys, and he was hurried to the parents, because the child was feet, that is leg, feet, food singular, feet is plural form. Okay, his feet obedient to their call, his eyes still lingering. Lingering means what? His eyes were still lingering. What do you
Seeing exactly,
Yes,
sir.
see the same thing, or we can say lingering means lasting for a long time. Lasting for a long time. Lingering means for a long time. The child was still, the child's eyes were on the toys. He could not come over, even though he was going back. He was following the words of his parent, but his eyes continuously fall on the toys. He couldn't come from that. Okay, he could not overcome from that, and his eyes were still lingering on the receding toys. What do you mean the word receding? Receding. What do you mean? Okay, okay, no issue. அழகா ஸ்ரீங்க போதும் தெரியலன்னு, no issue, no issue, no issue, no issue. Okay, receding means nothing but left behind. When he walked, left behind, which he had left behind, that he left the toys. Okay, so he was yeah, his eyes were continuously focusing on the toys which he had left behind. As he came to So as he came to where they had stopped to wait for him, as he came to where they had stopped to wait for him. So his eyes were just continuously falls on those things, and he was he came to the place where the parent had waited for this child, and he could not suppress the desire of his heart. What do you mean by the word suppress? He could not put an end to his heart's desire. He could not put an end to his heart's desire. Whose heart's desire? The child. What is the desire now? The child desire is that he wants to have, I think he wants to have the toy. But the parents have given the call, and he was coming back to them, but his eyes were lingering because he was receding the toys, which he had left the toys. His eyes were still on the toys, and he was unable to overcome from the toys. Are you taking the meaning of the words whenever whatever I say to you? No.
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Yes.
Yes,
At the
sir.
end of the class, you are supposed to send that one. Whether you are having textbook or whether you are having homework, whatever the meaning that you're taking, that has to be sent to the WhatsApp concerned WhatsApp groups. As he came to where it, okay, then he could not suppress the desire of his heart. He could not put an end to his heart's desire, even though he well knew the old, cold stare of refusal in their eyes. Even though the child knows the refusal of the parent. So by looking at the child's face, that he could come to know that yes, the parents will not give this toys to us. Even though he could identify the refusal of the parents, but still is unable to come out from the toys. Then now the child could not control by looking at the toys. Definitely you people will not ask the toys once you're taking to any fair, any feast or any festival. You all are grown, you will not ask those things. You will ask some other things which we cannot imagine now. So I want the toy, he pleaded. The child just he had requested, just he demanded the toys from the parent. He openly said they could not control. He said, I want the toy and the bomma veno. The child just he had told his parent. His father looked at him in a red-eyed in his familiar trained way. So, Ore Mora. Once the child was asking like this, the parent, the father of the child, looked at the child in a red-eyed in his familiar trained way. Tyrant, tyrant, very cruel, or we can say very oppressive, very cruel and oppressive rules, very cruel rules. ரொம்ப ஒரு முறைச்சு பார்த்துட்டு பார்த்துக்க ஒரு பயம், அந்த பார்வையிலேயே ஒரு பயம் வர மாதிரியே அந்த சைல்டுக்கு பயமுறுத்துற மாதிரி எங்க அப்பா என்ன பண்ணாரு, சிகப்பு கண்ணை போட்டு அப்படி ஒரு முறை முறைச்சுட்டாரு யார அந்த சைல்ட. Why? Because the child just he wanted to have the toys. So his mother, melted by the free spirit of the day, was tender and giving him her finger. Once the father had told like this, the mother had hold the finger of the child and look the child, what is before you. அம்மா சொல்றாங்கன்னா அந்த குழந்தைகிட்ட, அங்க பாரு குழந்தை, முன்னாடி என்ன இருக்குது அப்படின்னு. The mother is convincing the child because the father had scolded the child, and the mother is holding the hands or finger of the child, and she is telling that, look at what is there in front of you. It was a flowering mustard field. You see that there is a flowering mustard field. Mustard means what? What do you mean by the word mustard field?
Sir,
Kadugu.
Sir, mustard means kadugu, sir.
Okay. Yes, right. Yes, you're right. Yes, you're right. You're right. Okay, fine. Whatever you said, it is right. So it was flowering mustard field. You know, after that, the mother said to the child, so look at that, look at in front of you, what is there? That is the beautiful, a flowering mustard field. It is there, and pale like melting gold as it swept across miles and miles of even land. Pale, P-A-L-E. What do you mean by pale? Colorless or very dull. Colorless or pale, or we can say dull. Okay, pale means dull, or we can say colorless. Then it was flowering mustard field, pale like melting gold, or light color tanga color இருக்குது. It was as it swept across miles and miles of even land. You can see that that field is filled with full of gold or light gold color mustard field that is there in front of you. Look at that child. Likewise, the mother had told the child. A group of dragon in that field, what is going on? A group of dragonflies were bustling about on their gaudy purple wings. What do you mean by the word dragon? Dragon. What is dragon, Gadin? Dragon?
It is a kind of animal.
It is a kind of
Animals.
dragon.
Yes, sir.
Animals in an elephant or lion.
One kind of animal which can produce fire, sir.
It's an insect, right?
Fire breathing. Sir, it is dragonfly, no, sir.
Yes, dragon.
Dragonfly, no, sir. That's
Yes.
insect, sir.
Yeah, that's what I say.
It will come by training.
Yes. Okay, it's a dragon. Actually, it is a kind of insect. Which fine. A group of dragonflies were bustling about on their gaudy purple wings. What do you mean by the word gaudy? Gaudy in the sense extremely very bright and very shiny. Gaudy means extremely very bright and shiny. Okay, extremely bright and shiny, purple colored wings that the dragonflies are having, and it is having purple wings which was having extremely bright and shining color, and it was flying over there in the mustard field, intercepting the flight of alone black bee and butterfly in search of sweetness from the flower. And even in the mustard field, black bees and some butterflies, just they were flying in the mustard field in order to have or taste the sweetness of the flowers. So flowers la vandu inuppu irukum paathukrீங்களா? Have you seen? Flowers la தேன் எங்க இருந்து உற்பத்தி? Yeah, honeybees. Yes. Honeybees. Fine, good. Yes, fine, good. So honeybees or some other, butterflies are flying in order to taste the sweetness of the flowers. The child followed them in the air with his gaze. The child just it was following in the air along with the birds. It was observing. The child was observing, and it was so much excited. The child was fascinated. He was excited. He was extremely happy to see those. Yes. What do you mean by the word gas? Gaze. With his gaze.
Staring.
Panimutam.
Yeah. Yes. So let it be. Okay. The child followed them as his gaze until one of them would still its wings and rest, and he would try to catch it. So the child was playing with the birds and he was trying to hold those insects or bees or butterflies. Just you want to hold, catch those things, but it would not. But it would go fluttering and flapping. What do you mean by the word fluttering and flapping?
Flying.
Escaping, flying and falling.
Okay, find out the meaning and you write down in your notebook.
Sit
Uh,
in a place and flying.
Sir, what is that word, sir?
yes. Okay. So the board was flat. Let me see that how you are. What you try to do that. Okay. So flat the board was flying. It was unable to. It was it was escaping from this child, and the child is unable to catch hold of these birds. When he had almost caught it in his hands, when the child was almost, that means he is about to catch the bird, suddenly the child had received a call from his mother, a cautionary call. Come on child to the football, அந்த வழியா வா அந்த வழியா வா போதும் அப்படின்னு the mother. Actually the child was playing. At the end the child is about to catch those insects or the butterflies. At the time again the cautionary call was given by his parent. எப்படி இருந்திருக்கும் பாருங்க, நீங்க சோர்த்துனுக்குள்ள நம்ம சிக்கன் பிரியாணி போட்டுக்குள்ளே சிக்கன் சாப்பிடாதானே எப்படி இருக்கும். ஆல்மோஸ்ட் சிக்கன் அந்த ஏதாவது சிக்கன் பிளேட்ல போட்டு வாய்க்கு போடக்குள்ள இன்னைக்கு சாப்பிடக்கூடாது, இன்னைக்கு அந்த நாள் இந்த நாள் யூ ஹாவ் டு ஹேவ் ஒன்லி வெஜ். ஸோ ஹவ் யூ வில் ஃபீல் த சேம், ரைட்? ஒரு சிக்கன் பிரியாணி கொடுத்தாட்டி சாப்பிட்டு சொன்னாட்டி ஐயோ இன்னைக்கு சிக்கன் பிரியாணி சாப்பிடக்கூடாது, வி ஹாவ் டு ஹேவ் ஒன்லி வெஜ், டுடே இஸ் த ப்ரெஷியஸ் டே ஆர் டுடே இஸ் ஹாலிடே. இஃப் யூ சே லைக் தட், வில் யூ கீப் குவைட் கதின்? Gadinla, you will cry and die. You will cry and die, right? All right. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes, I will cry. I will cry. If it happens like that to me, definitely I will scold. Then why you give? I will shout, right? I will shout. Okay, fine.
I will not even eat non-veg, sir.
Fine. That's good. That is why that we need, no, right? Because animals have to be left in the forest itself. Let them live. Why do you want to eat? Fine. He ran towards his parents gaily and walked abreast of them for a while, being however soon left behind, attacked by the little insects and worms along the footpath that were teeming out from their hiding places to enjoy the sunshine. So next, once the parents have called this child, the child was very obedient, and his feet were followed the words of his parents, and he had walked along with his parents. However, soon the child had left behind, and again the child was attracted to see the little insects, which were insects and some worms along the footpath, along the way path, that they were teeming out from the hiding places. That were teeming out means what? Teeming. T-E-E-I-M-I-N-G. What do you mean the word teeming out? That were teeming out from their hiding places to enjoy the sunshine.
Escaping.
Yes.
Moving.
Yeah. The birds were coming out. Yes. The insects or the worms just it were coming out. Were coming out to have or to get. I mean, it was coming. Those insects were coming out from the hiding places in order to enjoy in the sunshine. Again, the child was attracted. Just you have to keep those things. What are the things the child is notifying? What are the things that the child was seeing on the way along with his parent, and how he feels? Those things you have to keep in your mind. It has to be in line. It has to be followed clearly. What the child is seeing, where he's seeing, why, and then after that, when the child was playing something over them, then whether the parent have called, whether the child had got what he had demanded, everything how to note down, register in your mind. Okay. Sir, no.
Okay.
என்னது note பண்றது?
Yes,
Okay, fine.
sir.
Yeah. Yes, fine.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Come, child, come. Again, the parents have called this child. Come, come, child, come, child. Again, the cautionary call has been given to this child. Have called from the shade of a grove where they had seated themselves on the edge of a well. He ran towards them. The parents were taking rest nearby the grove. And what do you mean by the word shade of grove? Yes, I did not get.
Sir, again repeat the word, sir.
Grove, Grove. I wrote some meanings that I will share you to you after the class. I will share this one. Okay. The parents were taking rest nearby the well of that fireplace. And again the child was obedient. The child had gone to the parents. After that, a shower of young flowers fell upon the child as he entered the grove, and forgetting his parents, he began to gather the raining petals in his hands. But lo, he heard the cooing of doves, ran towards his parents, shouting, "The tow, the tow." The raining petals dropped from his forgotten hands. The once the child was going after the calling of his parent, the child was moving to the parents, and he saw that young flowers fell upon the child as he entered the grove where the parents were staying. And the forgetting now the child forgot the parents, and he began to gather the raining petals in his hands. What do you mean by that word raining petals?
Sir, petals which are water.
what is flowers and not flowers?
Yeah, just he was collecting the petals of
Rain.
the flowers. Yes, he was collecting the petals of the flowers, but he heard the cooing of doves, ran towards his parents and shouting. But he heard the sounds of the birds which was coming toward ran. I mean, he heard the sounds of the birds, that is doves, and he ran towards his parents and shouting to the parent that the dove, the dove. The raining petals dropped from his forgotten hands. After that, the child again he forgotten that flowers. Again, he had looked at the dove and he's shouting at the dove and he's telling to the parents, see that there is dove, dove, like that. He was telling to his parent. Again, the parents have given the caution to the child. Come, child, they called to the child who had now gone running in a wild caprice round the banyan tree, and the gathering him up, they took the narrow and winding footpath which led to the fair through the mustard field. Now, these parents are taking this child to the fair through the mustard field. So this is what actually you keep in your mind, that what the things that the child has seen while he was going to the fair, and what was the reaction of those things by after looking at that, whether the child was playing or whether the child is neglected. See, இதெல்லாம் என்ன அப்படின்னு போயிருச்சா இல்லை whether he was playing in it or not. That is what we are going to see. Why do you raise your hand? Pujayalini, Sujanta, Kadin, Kavinaya, Devadarshini. Hands down.
Sir, for reading.
For reading.
Yes,
We will
sir.
read Pranab version. We will read afterwards. Okay, now you can continue to read, one of you. Now we will stop here. Just we will stop and we'll continue. And you want meaning for the words. Have you copied? What are the meanings that I said in the class? Did you copy? Yes,
Sir, copied, sir.
all of you.
No, sir.
No, sir. Then what were you doing, sir? Were
Sir,
you watching?
copied, sir.
Yeah, wait. I'll send it. I don't know whether you're understanding my word or not. I will send it. You can look at that. Poet introduction. You can copy either in the textbook. You can copy this one only in the textbook, or you can copy in your homework book.
I copy in textbook also, sir.
Yeah, only copy. If you are having textbook, you copy in your textbook only. Did you receive?
No.
Then WhatsApp or sir and chat boxes, sir.
Chat box.
What?
Received?
Yes, sir. No, sir.
Yeah. No, sir. See that I sent already. Received, no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
sir.
received
Yes,
that.
sir.
Yeah. Then one more thing. Yeah, the board, what I written, the sense, just I have given introduction about the poet and about the lesson also. That also, if you want, you can copy in your textbook or in your homework book. Put the date and name of the lesson, and you can copy. You want that board?
Sir,
Yes, sir.
only textbook or homework. Sir.
Those who are having textbook
No,
in your
sir.
hand, you can. Those who are having textbook in your hand, those students can copy only in the textbook. Those who do not have, they can write in the English classwork. Sorry, English homework. Did you copy this one?
Yes, sir.
All of you.
Yes,
Okay, fine, fine. Okay, class 9th A students, just to listen carefully. After the class gets over, just I will send a Google form. There you need to fill some information, and well, you have to fill that information, and also you have to submit as a screenshot. I will create a Google form.
Yes,
There I
sir.
need your address and
Yes, sir.
those things I need. You have to submit that one to me today itself, and I need
Sir.
each and everybody's screenshot. Yes.
Sir, I am because sir, I in attendance it is showing like I am in 9th year, sir. But I in WhatsApp I didn't in the 9th year group, sir.
I was not in the group, or I am not in the group. Not I didn't.
So I was not in the group, sir. 9th year group, sir.
Is it? Okay, I'll make it confirm. So I will send that one. Class A students, make sure that you have to send the screenshot. Along with the screenshot, you have to send your name. For example, Ashwin Balaji just had submitted. Then he has to send a screenshot. Below that, he has to attach that name also. Is it clear? Today itself.
Yes, sir.
Within 1
Yes,
hour, I
sir.
will expect. Within 1 hour, I will expect.
Okay, sir.
And I will be, after the class gets
Okay,
over,
sir.
I will send you that. Will you do that, Gadin, Samuel?
Yes, sir. I will do.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Fine. And I will send you the test also today. And test papers, I'll send you. Just you can look at the marks what you scored. I did not start, but I will start, and I will give you at least today maximum 20 papers I will submit. That might be yes.
Sir,
Yes, Akhil.
sir,
And
the board you should write in HF note.
Sir, 9th to see whether you will send today, sir.
I will send everything. One more thing, keep in your mind. I cannot return the papers if you don't update as PDF in the team. If you send it as image, then I cannot return your papers. Just I will allot the marks and I will send you the marks alone. But I cannot correct. I cannot do correction if you are sending the image. Only the PDF I can correct and I can send you. Otherwise, I will say I will correct yours also. I will correct yours also if you are sending image, but the papers cannot be written. I mean, corrected paper. I cannot correct that one. I cannot use that pen and PDF to correct. That is what we demand, only PDF. Okay.
Sir,
Are you following me? Are you following
the
me?
board?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Akhil. Yes, Akhilan.
The board you should write in homework note or in book, sir.
No, what I want.
Sir, can you call me, sir?
It is on all. Yeah, just you can copy. If you are having textbook in your hand, you can write in the textbook itself. But if you don't have textbook, then you can go for writing. I mean, go and write in your class. See the extra homework class. It is not homework because this. For example, I will not give you notes of when I start to give the notes of lesson. I will not give the instruction. Yes.
Sir, did you call me, sir?
Who is that?
Sir, Purnachandran, sir.
Sir,
I heard
Purnachandran.
you called me, sir.
I did not call you.
Okay.
I'll call you when I want. I did not call you now.
Okay, sir.
Fine. So did you listen? Did you understand what we have seen today?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Something you
Yes,
did,
sir.
sir. We were in the class, sir.
Yes,
Oh, yeah. You did something. We were in the class, and we got attendance. That's all, sir. Right?
Not like that, sir.
Okay, fine. Now time up. I think 11:45 we started, and we have to end up the class now. So we shall end up the class, and we will see you all in tomorrow's class. Thank you all. Have a good day.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.